Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Stock Market Outlook video brought to you by DFU. As always, we're going to run through the market indexes, leading groups and leading themes, and then also cover a bunch of key stocks that were potentially actionable next week or just leading the market at this time. So stick around, we're going to cover a lot. If you do enjoy this, please go ahead and leave a like down below. And as I go through my analysis, let me know down below in the comment section if you agree with it or not, or any additional thoughts that you have. I'll try to respond to every single comment. So with that said, let's go ahead and start with the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100 ETF. This week was definitely an interesting one. We started out with a gap down, push down towards the 21 EMA, undercutting these lows, and then a strong end to the week. So a successful 21 EMA test. Then the next day, we had another constructive day where we had a slight gap down and then a strong close. But then on this Wednesday, things got a little bit interesting. We had a gap up and a close right near the lows, downside reversal, very negative. A lot of stocks at this time were failing short-term pivots. And my expectation after this day was that there was going to be continued weakness. We'd likely undercut or test these lows as well as a 21 EMA. But the market always does what the market is going to do. And we had a positive expectation breaker the next day where we had a gap up. So it's an expectation breaker because we're expecting after a day like this with, a poor close, negative individual stock price action that we'd fall through to the downside. But instead we gap up and have a decent close to end out that day. Today on Friday, we had a slight gap down and then another strong close, finishing and closing right above this key level. We're back at the point where we've seen downside reversals on two different occasions. So we'll have to see how things act next week. We are wedging up a little bit and getting a little bit higher and off this 21 EMA. So we'll have to see whether we can finally push out of the short-term consolidation, continue to make new highs on the year, or if we maybe need a slight pullback for a few days. That would be very constructive in my opinion. Let that 21 EMA catch up a little bit and then really reconfirm to the upside. That would kind of cancel out this wedging action. But overall, from taking a step back, we're above a rising 21 EMA. If I add back the other moving averages, the 200-day and 50 SMA, we're also above a rising 50 and 200-day moving average. So that's pretty much all I need to see to determine that the environment is pretty good. And it's really great to see this constructive action near that 21 EMA. And many individual stocks are now acting quite well. We saw continued breakouts and pushes higher. And we'll go through a lot of those names, later on in this video. Path is definitely one that I want to highlight. So with that said, let's move on to the IWO. The QQQ is very dominated by the mega cap names. So it's good to get a sense of how smaller cap names are doing. And the IWO, the Russell 2000 Index, provides a great kind of frame of reference for that. This week, you can see we had follow through on Monday, then negative action the next 2 days, upside reversal on this Thursday, a nice fall through to the upside here on Friday. So nice action. Again, we had that downside reversal on Wednesday that was dealt with. We had a pullback towards that 200-day moving average. So now we've pushed through that 200-day moving average. It's now acting as support, which is constructive. And again, we're above a rising 21 EMA. The 50 SMA is now curling up. And the 200-day, we're back above that, and it's now flattening out. So definitely constructive, and it'd be great to see this just kind of continue to trend higher and make its way back towards these highs. We're back towards this kind of level where there has been some congestion, so we'll have to see how the IWO deals with that. Let's cover some of the mega cap names as well. Those also give a great sense of how the market is doing. First, we've got Apple. Also had a 21 EMA test here on Monday. Nice upside reversal. Great follow through action on this Tuesday. And then just trending higher and ending the week right near highs. Bringing up MSFT. You can see also upside reversal action, a little bit weaker than Apple, but constructive action and pushing off the 21 EMA to end out this week, which is good to see. Bringing up NVIDIA. This has been lagging. Obviously, the chips are an area of focus of mine, but over the past few weeks, this has been lagging, the overall market as well as many other chip makers. AMD has been a little bit stronger recently, but you can see we pull back into the 50 SMA, found support pretty much perfectly at that moving average. Big downside reversal on Wednesday, but again, we had an inside day expectation breaker, and good to see fall through to the upside here, back above the rising 21 EMA. So it'd be good to see this continue to make progress and make its way and challenge these highs. But personally, this hasn't been the strongest stock over the past few weeks. And bring up AMD. Let me move out here so you guys can see the comments. This is a little bit stronger than NVIDIA. You can see it pull back to 21 EMA, but nice action, consolidation today here, downside reversal, then a positive expectation breaker. Very strong move. You had some news coming through with their new AI chip. So that's a kind of N and CAN Slim catalyst here, and nice action consolidation day after the breakout. So AMD definitely a focus in terms of the chip space. Moving on, let's bring up Google. Take a look at that chart. You can see overall a little bit choppier here, but we're back above those moving averages. And would be great to see it hold these moving average, maybe on a retest, and then continue to the upside and challenge these previous highs. So that's pretty much it in terms of the key larger cap, very liquid names I want to cover. And now let's go ahead and talk through the thematic ETFs and take a look at what was strongest this week. So let's go ahead and load these up. So you can see IBLC was the top holding. It's not surprising given the strong action in the crypto type names. We've got Riot, we've got Coin. All of these been acting super strong. AMD's in here as well, NVIDIA. So this theme has really been on fire here, and definitely an area of focus, although these are pretty extended at this point. I've been playing out Coin here. Still got a portion of my original position in this one, and it's been acting super strong, and just trending above those moving averages. Sorting by that 5-day change, let's go ahead and sort that. Airlines also have been very strong. The home builders, ARK funds, those have all been acting quite strong. Cybersecurity, those names. So you really get a nice sense of the themes just by doing a 5-day % change sort. And you can also, to get a longer term perspective on what's been leading, you can also sort by 1 month, and it's not surprising that kind of the same names show up. Jets, blockchain, you've got software in there, you've got e-commerce. Those are really the key themes to watch. So just a simple sort with the absolute strength 1 month on this list of ETFs, these group ETFs, gives a really nice sense of what's been strongest in the market. So that's a great sense of what the themes are right now. Moving on, let's run through a few names from the DeepView leaders list. Starting with Coin, we already took a look at, but nice trend above the 21 EMA. Affirm just continues to put on a tear here. It was on my wider list here. I didn't catch this kicker candle move through this pivot, but this has been super strong, going from 27 to in the 40s in just a matter of 2 weeks. AMF continues to trend here. Let's go ahead and sort this list by % change today. UPST is more moving off lows here, starting a new upcycle. Mara, we've covered, acting really well. Lulu acting really nicely after earnings. You can see, this nice trend really started from this gap up, pulled back, retested the moving averages. We see this quite a bit. And then from this point on, you've got a kicker candle here that started this immediate move. Now it's a little bit extended, although we do have a powerful move after earnings here. Path, I definitely want to cover here. This is a recent earnings gap. And if we open up the fundamentals here, let's go ahead and take a look at the recent quarter. You can see earnings surprising 71%. So great action from there. Nice move here, upside reversal the next day. Then we pulled back, as many of these earnings gaps do, and then had a nice upside reversal. It's potentially actionable on this day, and then 100% on the fall through here through that high as it tries to make that nice U-turn after earnings. So this is definitely a setup that you can go ahead and study if you want to learn how to catch these earnings gappers. Sometimes they just go, but often they form nice consolidations like this. If we bring up ESTC as well, not quite forming the U, but this was a little bit stronger. Nice tight inside days as the market was a little bit rocky even on this Wednesday. Look how tight this was, and then a little bit of a move here. Not yet convincingly moving out of this consolidation, but this is the type of setup that you can study. Snow as well, recent earnings move, still forming out this handle. You've got a lot of choppiness here on the left-hand side, so it'd be great to see it push through that and really start trending. Crowd, another name worth watching. It's been super strong since this earnings move here. Nice, beautiful trend above a rising 21 and 50 SMA. Shopify has been strong. There's been a lot of names in the e-commerce space that have been acting well, as well as just in the software space. And let's see if there's any other ones I want to highlight. GTLB is another recent earnings mover that's potentially starting a U-turn. So this will likely be on my focus list this week. But overall, in terms of the markets, we took a look at the QQQ IWO. We took a look at the leading themes in the market as of this moment, as well as a bunch of leading names. And things seem to be healthy. We'll see how things act next week. Remember, we take it day by day. We have to interpret what's going on. We don't need to predict. Just got to manage risk along the way. So thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, please go ahead and leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in future videos. Take care.